Peace, my fellow Doombots and Liberian citizens, is what Doctor Doom is striving for in a perfect world where he takes over Earth and turns this burning rock into the place it is supposed to be.
To abolish disease, to eliminate crime, to establish a perfectly content, perfectly ordered world, all under the benevolence of my iron will.
But what better character to talk about peace about than Peacemaker himself, the DCU version of Punisher, played by John Cena. And when this first came out, I didn't think that it was all that interesting, at least to me. I thought it was another spin-off. So like the MCU had like thousands and thousands of MCU show spin-offs from movie characters. I thought like, yeah, DC is also doing it now, and why should I even bother? But damn, I made a big mistake not watching the show when it came out, because James Gunn, he he just doesn't miss. James Gunn doesn't miss, because let me tell you, Peacemaker is such an amazing show to watch. Even now, after, I think this is like 3 years after the first season, or maybe even 4. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but just James Gunn just always delivers solid work. And once again, he does it. I think he made this show after, of course, he got booted from Marvel because he did some controversial tweets or something. I don't know exactly what had happened, but Marvel really messed up because they gave DC the in. Because first, James Gunn directed that Suicide Squad movie, which was a pretty dope movie. I thought that Peacemaker's character in it was interesting, but I didn't really see how they could make like an entire spin-off show about him, especially because in the Suicide Squad, spoiler alert, Peacemaker dies after killing Rick Flag. I think that's his name, or is his father Rick Flag? I don't know. Correct me in the comments. I'm going to be saying that a lot in this video. But yeah, Peacemaker, he gets shot in the neck, but some way, somehow, he survives. And in the first episode of here, he just walks out of the hospital just to be recruited by some ragtag A-team to defeat a secret alien invasion. You don't know exactly what it is, but the further the show goes along, you get to find out there's this entire plot about like butterfly aliens that fly into your asshole. At least, no, that's a joke from the PowerPoint presentation from Diebeard, but they fly through your mouth and then they go into your brain, and like Ratatouille, they control you. They control everything that you do. Find out that the reason why is because they are really environmental activists or something. I don't know. That was not the best reasoning or whatever, but it was still good. I still enjoyed this show, even though it had some flaws. I think that overall it was a really enjoyable show, and even from the beginning, like something like the introduction scene, that you have the entire crew dancing and they have this I didn't skip the opening credits one time. I watched it every single time. James Gunn really did succeed in creating an unskippable intro, because it was just so fun to see the entire cast with a blank face doing all of these moves. And let me tell you, the entire cast was a blast. From John Cena as Peacemaker, I really did not think that he could have this amount of range he has as this character. You see him be an asshole, you see him be vulnerable, you see him be fun. I love John Cena in this role, and I think he did a great job. I also think that John Cena is really embodying this character. Every single press moment I see him at, he's wearing the Peacemaker outfit, and he really seems to be digging it. And it seems that he made this character of Peacemaker, which I didn't even know what Peacemaker is, or if he's really a character, or if James Gunn made him up. But apparently Peacemaker is a character in the DC Comics, which I've never read a comic of, but he still made it his own. Like, when I think of Peacemaker now, I think of John Cena, and don't think that anybody else in the future can like make this character its own like John Cena did it. Because John Bernthal is the Punisher right now, but I can see other people playing the Punisher. I cannot see other people playing John Cena's Peacemaker, because he just did such a great job in his role. Also, his father, like the villain, the White Dragon. Oh, what an asshole. just James Gunn knows how to make bad guys that you really want to see get their ass whooped. Also, the guy who is in it, the leader of the ragtag A-Team anti-butterfly task force, was the same person who played the High Evolutionary in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So it was pretty cool to see a different side of that character, because he doesn't play the bad guy. He just plays the sergeant who turns out to be a butterfly who took over the body of a really bad CIA or murder guy. I don't know exactly what was going on there, but I thought that dude did a great job. The guy who plays Vigilante, oh, is so awesome. You also have Judo Master. Oh, Judo Master might have been my favorite guy. I watched that, I was like, immediately, I gotta get myself a bag of Cheetos, my dude. Damn, that was. I hope that DC that they got some sponsorship money for those chips, because Judo Master was snacking the entire way through. Ooh, I didn't have any chips, but I had to pause the show, go to the shops, and get myself some flaming hot Cheetos to go with this show, because Judo Master sure was a good advertisement, because that little dude got some abs, can whoop ass, and he's still eating Cheetos. Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos. But yeah, I think that James Gunn's wife is the love interest for John Cena in here. And apparently, like, John Cena and James Gunn are like best friends now. Um, Even though John Cena's character of Peacemaker is constantly trying to sleep with James Gunn's wife, but you have to separate the art from the artist. But yeah, they're actors, they're just acting, so there's nothing weird going on there. But that's kind of interesting that James Gunn, he wrote this, so he wrote that John Cena is madly in love with his wife. So yeah, maybe there is something going on there. Who else? You got the character. I don't know any of the actors' names. I'm sorry, and I don't want to look it up right now. I just want to see him as the characters, and maybe I'm just lazy or whatever. But the person who plays Amanda Waller's daughter, I thought that she was also a really fun addition to the show. You got Diebeard, and I'm just gonna call him Diebeard. Because at the end of the show, he gives this entire speech about why he dyes his beard, and that he didn't get paid enough to get the good like stuff for his beard. Oh yeah, that was funny. That ending though, that ending of the season, where you use all of the different Peacemaker helmets to to like basically defeat the alien army. That was pretty fun. The the torpedo the torpedo helmet. Like, I still don't understand how Amanda Waller's daughter didn't like break every single bone in her body by flying straight up into a rock wall with her head first. I don't know how she survived that, but her being used as a human torpedo to kill the mother cow who produces milk for all of the butterflies, that was a good payoff. That was a good payoff. Overall, I'm really happy. I still went back to the well and watched the very first season of Peacemaker, and I feel like I'm up to date. On the next episode of the Your Weekly Doom podcast, I'm gonna be discussing the new 3 episodes of Peacemaker. So if you wanna hear me talk about that, you gotta watch that. Overall, yeah, I really like the show. I thought that the introduction was awesome. I think that James Gunn is just really good into writing characters that you care about, and even though if they're bad people, they're still fun, you know. Vigilante also, so funny. The guy who plays Vigilante, I heard that he was actually like supposed to, there was another actor playing the character, but I 100% understand why James Gunn fired the dude who was doing it before him and chose this other guy, because this guy who plays Vigilante does a great job and has super good chemistry with John Cena in this. Oh, there's also a bunch of heartbreaking stuff in here, like the origin of Peacemaker, how he was basically forced to kill his brother, or like he didn't want to kill his brother, but his father was basically like making people bet on his 2 sons fighting each other, and then John Cena's Peacemaker like knocks out his brother, and then he like dies of a concussion. or something like that. That was pretty messed up. And then his father is constantly blaming him, and his father's like a Nazi dude called the White Dragon. Was also like, what the? That was pretty messed up. Like all of those KKK guys with the white hoods, with the 2 points. That was a pretty insane. Like I wasn't expecting that to be in this show, but overall, really well done show. Really entertaining, and yeah, you know what they say: James Gunn doesn't miss. You can also say the same for this Gamora. Like even with Guardians of the Galaxy, he just doesn't miss. But yeah, that's it for me. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Peacemaker season one. Do what out and have yourself a happy Doomsday.